Alright, out here messing with the Camaro some. Willis came over and we put the hot side back on. I'm still waiting for the wastegate. Something I also noticed, I run this blue line. I was going to change that to an AN, but I mean it's doing fine, so I'm just going to leave it. But the screw can't come loose, so up here it was leaking a drop of oil once in a blue moon, so I tightened that up. When the wastegate come off at the track, again, I'm sure I hit something driving the car around and cracked the pipe, because it broke the pipe right there where the wastegate goes. It ain't on there, but that pipe broke clean in half. And I have these down pipes, which the one that broke sat lower, but there's that one. And then this one over here, it was about an inch lower. But I hit something driving around and cracked that pipe when I got to the track. At the end of the quarter mile, going about 125, it come off, went under the car and broke some of my fuel lines. I got the fuel pump running because I'm checking. I'm gonna see if it's still leaking. But there was another time at the track that the the crank pulley, I don't know how, the crank pulley come loose, the bolt. Not only that, but the alternator bracket, there's like 3 Allen heads that hold that in. They came loose too, and my alternator belt fell off. Well, we tightened all that stuff up at the track, but I didn't think we did a very good job. Apparently I was wrong, because I couldn't get any of them loose. I was going to take them out and Loctite them and tighten them back up real good, but I couldn't even break none of them loose. So I think that's good, but we'll keep an eye on it. But we're just waiting for the wastegate so we can put the wastegate on. When it pulled this line off, this line goes to the wastegates. When the wastegate come off, it pulled that push lock off of the wastegate. Well, I mean, it broke the fitting. It didn't pull it out. Those things are in there a lot better than I thought they work a lot better than I thought they would. These are the eBay kind too. I forgot what brand, but it actually broke the fitting up here instead of pulled that out. So I cut the hose back down there. I couldn't get it out. It was stuck inside there. So I had to cut the hose back, and I blew through this hose just to make sure there wasn't no leaks if it didn't, you know, split it when it pulled it off there, because it pulled it so hard it broke the fitting right there. I thought it would pull this out. No, it broke the fitting. But I'm just waiting on a wastegate, then we'll bolt that up and plug it in, and we're going to cut both of these down pipes that come off the wastegate. We're going to cut them a little bit shorter. This sets the lowest on the car, but it don't look like it's ever hit. Well, no, that wastegate down pipe set the lowest. But I was able to just flatten the pipe where it broke and put the you can't see it, can you? Oh yeah, there it is. And just weld that flange back on there, so it's going to be shorter regardless by about 2 inches. But let's see if this thing's leaking now. Look at that. That thing mysteriously isn't leaking no more. I think you got to run it for a little while, but it was leaking right there. Right there where the fitting turns. And the pump was leaking. Oh, the pump is, or not the pump, I keep calling it pump. Oh, I'm zoomed in too far. The filter was leaking right there. And I even put a new seal in it. But look, it quit leaking right there. Ain't that something? It was leaking right there. Which I did drop the fuel filter and boogered up that fitting, so that's probably why it was leaking, but it ain't leaking there no more, oddly. And look, the seal's trying to leak right there. See it? I mean, it ain't leaking enough. I mean, you could probably run that an hour and probably only get one drop. And by the time that E85, it dries quick. If it drops a drop every 30 minutes, the drop that it dropped will be dry before the other one falls. But that filter that I ordered may not be here for time to do the 6.5 index race. So I think it'd be fine to race it like that. I mean, it's not leaking enough to matter. See it? There it goes. I've been running that pump for 5-10 minutes now. But yeah, it ain't even dropped yet, but it is leaking around that seal. That wastegate came back and it hit this fitting back here, and it's done something to the front of that filter. But I'm gonna let it run a little bit longer. I'm gonna let it run about 10 minutes longer and get back down here and see what we got. But we're at a good steady 40 psi is with what I got the base pressure set. I think it's set at 42. And it rises 1-to-1 with boost. But we'll get the wastegate in, bolted in, run the downpipe, and then we'll cut them, the downpipes off the wastegate. We'll cut those a little bit shorter, and then we'll see if the fitting starts leaking. We'll run that for 10 more minutes. If not, we just have to change the pump. And something I'm gonna do right now is this return line, it's pulled it down underneath the car some. See, that's what's straight. And that's why there's that extra underneath the car, because it grabbed it and pulled it down. I'm gonna pull this back so that line's a little bit tighter underneath the car for the return line. But that's what I'm gonna do right now. Well, first I'm gonna let the pump run for 10 minutes and then get down there. But what we got? Almost 12 o'clock. We'll go to 12:10. Look at that, it's only like 70 degrees, 75 degrees outside. It's almost 90 in here. Well, it's 85. It stays 10 degrees hotter in here. Altogether, I let it run for 25, 26, 27, plus the 5, almost 30 minutes. Let's see what we got now. Still no drips. And no leaks. Ain't that weird? That was leaking pretty good when I first put it on. It's almost like it's sealing itself. Yeah, we get the other filter in, we'll put it on, but I think my fitting's okay. The fuel filter is wanting to leak right there. You can see it, but I mean, it's not enough to even make a drip or nothing. See, nothing on the board. But if not, we'll run it like that. Really, all we need is the wastegate to come in, and it should be here Wednesday to Friday, so we should be able to make the race Saturday. But I'll get back at y'all after I get some parts. All right, we got the wastegate in. Only thing we're waiting on is the fuel filter, and it ain't gonna be here. It says Saturday, but like I said, the filter and fitting ain't leaking that bad. We got to put these springs in this one. This is the same thing under there, it's just a different color. What I do on those is I take them all out except for 2 cross ones. I take my hand and push down and take the other 2 out. Same way putting it back on. It ain't the easiest thing in the world to do, but it ain't too bad. Alright, and I put some new fittings on it. Blow through these. Make sure you can't blow through them. You should not be able to blow through those. Sometimes the seal in these are not setting right or got a hole in them, or make sure that you cannot blow through those holes. Alright, now all we gotta do is put this here fire ring on it, and we put this gasket in here, and then we can put it on the car. Alright, I got the wastegate up in there, and where that pipe broke, and I just used a sanding wheel with an angle grinder and flattened it out. It's about 2 inches shorter. And then I went ahead and cut this shorter. So yeah, it shouldn't hit anything now and break again. But we'll put the gasket and the nut and bolts for those and stick that up there. And I'm also going to cut that one a couple inches shorter too. Make sure it don't hit nothing and come off. Alright, there we go. Got that downpipe cut. Got that downpipe cut. So colorful under here. So yeah, I don't think we got to worry about them hitting no more. Now we can set the car on the ground. Then tomorrow we're going to take it to Friday Test and Tune and get this thing dialed into 650 index. So Saturday we can do some 650 index racing. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.